I still want to talk more on your level of awareness. I know I've tried to explain to you how this is what is creating your reality, because this is something that I have observed and I have come to realize that your level of awareness is what is creating every reality that you're experiencing. Your life is what it is right now because of your level of awareness. The experiences you are having or you have been having is all coming from your level of awareness. First, it was not your level of awareness, it was your parents or your guardian's level of awareness, and then you were conditioned, programmed to become a certain person, and your adulthood has been happening based off of your level of awareness. If you watched my previous video, I think you're going to really understand where I am coming from, and I want to believe that this is fact. Not believe, I know that this is fact. The level of awareness you have about this life, this reality, how the system operates, how things are interconnected, the level of awareness you have towards these things is what is placing you at the point you are in this life. Your belief system, your emotional convictions, your emotional attachment, your thought patterns, all these things are what is placing you at the state that you are in right now. And all these things are all based, or they are all summarized as awareness. How aware are you? How informed are you? Yes, let's use informed. How much do you know something? Or how much do you know about life in general? Your level of awareness. I want to talk more on that, but now in a different aspect. I want to talk about level of awareness based on work. Your level of awareness is going to determine the work that you do to make money. That's what I want to talk about, because this is something that I am actually practicing, and I feel like most people don't know this. So I just want to quickly open your eyes to something that I have come to realize about level of awareness and work. How your level of awareness is what is creating your job opportunity, your work opportunity. Okay, so I don't think I've ever introduced myself while making a video. It's been long I did that, because like I don't even see the need. I think you're here to hear something that is going to transform your life, or that is going to help you expand your mind, and the introduction is not really needed. Okay, so let's just dive into the video. So if you want to make money to survive, that's, you want to make quick money to survive, then you need to do physical work. And physical work, when it comes to physical work, you don't need so much awareness. You just need to know the particular thing you're doing, which is a physical work, a manual work, and that is just it. Most people don't even really know the work physically. They just do it just to be able to make quick money, quick cash to survive. And what I mean is that if you're somebody that is participating in a physical work, any kind of physical work, which is you're either going to work from 9 to 5, or you have a store like a shop, or you sell stuff, physical goods, you know, all these things are part of physical work, and these are work that does not need so much level of awareness. Anybody can do physical work, because most people have physical strength, most people have physical abilities, you know, to carry out chores, to carry out any kind of project. And this is the common one that almost 80 to 90% of people are partaking in, physical work. Now this particular work does not need any kind of level of awareness. Just know what you're doing, and that's it. You can be able to do it and get physical cash. And that level of awareness for that particular, you know, for physical work, level of awareness is really low. And this is, like I said, this is where 80 to 90% of people find themselves. So if you're somebody that has been doing physical work, just know that whatever it is that you're doing, you're only going to be making money that you can use to survive. That is the only money you can make. You cannot make money that you can use to, you know, really experience and enjoy life the way most people want to, which is luxury. You cannot be able to afford more than your needs, because the money you can get from physical work is not so much. And if you're even based in any part of Africa, you will know what I'm talking about. The money you get from physical work is not so much, and this particular money can only be used for survival. Now, with that being said, before we get into the second type of work, let me say something, okay? Now, why I am very sure of this, why I believe that this is fact, or why I know that this is fact. I have been on earth for 32 years, and I have seen a whole lot of people start up small businesses, start up, small businesses, like either a store where they sell provision, or they have this particular skill that they are showing up for every day. And I've seen people go to work 9 to 5, dedicate their time to a certain parastatal, a certain government institute, just to make money. And for 30 to 32 years of my life, let's just say 25 years of my life, because maybe from the age 1 to 5 I wasn't really aware of my environment, but let's just say for 25 years of my life, I have seen those people not move in life. They were only able to make money for immediate survival. They were only able to make money for shelter, for immediate needs, and nothing more. 25 years of these people soaring their hands, working hard physically. Again, physical work cannot even take you that far. Physical labor, physical work is only for people that want to make money to survive. You cannot use this particular money to experience any other thing other than survival, which is affording your basic needs, your immediate needs. That money cannot be used for anything other than that. So I have observed, I have paid attention, from my parents to my aunties to my uncles to teachers in school to neighbors that go to work. I have seen these people give their 20 years to a certain thing, and they did not go far. They've been able to survive, yes. They've been able to afford basic needs, yes, but that is just it. I've not seen them really take themselves out for vacations or travel or do anything other than pay child school fees, provide food, which is what most people think life is all about, and they are okay with it. They have submitted to that particular experience, they have accepted it, and they really enjoy it. They don't even know anything can be more happier than being able to accomplish that, because that is all they know based on their level of awareness. That is why they were able to partake in that particular conditioning, which is physical work for money. That is why they were able to accept it, physical work for money, because that is what their level of awareness know. That is how they know life, how they see life, how they are able to understand life. And they do not allow themselves expand. I don't know why. Maybe based on society or based on conditioning and programming. They didn't know that they can actually allow themselves to expand and do more or do better, or let me not even say better, because I'm not trying to make it look like people that work really hard physically are not doing good work. They are. But I'm trying to let you know that if you're somebody that you have this particular instinct that is telling you that you cannot just make money from physical work, you can make money from any other way, apart from physical work, yeah, this video is for you. This is something that you should know. You can actually make good money that can be able to buy you luxurious things, that can able to create experiences for you, place you in places that helps your mind expand, place you in places that you are able to learn and grow more, and just really experience all the beauty that life has to give. Yeah, you can do that. And that's why I'm creating this video, because I just want to give you my 2 cents, something that I really just started observing. Now, I've been observing this for more than 2 years, but I've been practicing it for, let's say, a year, and which is trying to take it slow and really work on myself to get myself to a place mentally, which is the next thing I'm about to see. I was about to give it up, but yeah, a place where I am able to mentally create wealth. Because to actually be wealthy in life, in this physical reality, in this 3D physical reality, to actually really be wealthy, to be able to make money, not just for survival, not just for your basic need or your immediate need, for any other thing that you want, you have to do mental work. Mental work is the next thing that I want to talk about. Okay, now, to be able to make money for survival, you need physical strength, you need to do physical work, because physical work equals to money for survival, money for basic needs, money for immediate needs. But the mental work equals to, there is no amount of money or what, or I don't know how to put it, there's no amount of price I can put on mental work. Now, creating something mentally or doing work mentally, you know, to be able to make money can actually bring in wealth, attract wealth to you, because most of the people that are actually really making it right now are people that are not showing up physically, but they are showing up mentally for themselves, for their work, for whatever it is that they are passionate about. These are the people that are showing up mentally. And if you check it very well, these are the people that are most evolved, like they are most aware, they are most like they have this mindset of, you know, possibilities everywhere, that there is no impossibility, there is nothing that is not possible, you know, because they are creating from an imaginary state, they are creating from their mind. Okay, they are not putting in physical efforts to make money, they are only putting in mental efforts, which is going into their imagination and actually bringing out something or creating something that the world wants, that the world needs, or that the world think that they need. Because most of these people that are doing this mental work, the things that they create, most of the times we don't really need it. Yes, from games into people that have this gaming app, from gaming app to this investment app to this, you know, different kind of app. Most of these things, like, we already have enough, but most people still go into their mind, imagine some things, and, you know, create something different from what we have, with like a little bit difference. And you see people falling into it, people starting to believe that they need it even when we don't need it, because what they did was mental work. They were able to convince themselves mentally about something, about a creation, about a, I don't want to say application, about anything, because people sell anything. People that create mental services, they can sell anything to you and make you believe that they need it, because they have, you know, also believed to themselves that humans need it, and they bring it out, they create it, and they make this idea come to life, and other people start investing in it and buying from it. Most of the time what they said to us is nothing. Like, you cannot actually see it physically to hold it, you know, there's no physical state of it, you know. It might exist online, it might be a book, it might be just a TV station where they talk, you know, it might be radio, it might be podcast, it might be anything that you cannot even really hold, but something that humans will get to convince themselves later that they need, which is mental work. Now, in this particular parts of or in this particular, will I say, box of mental work, this is where you have, you know, people that are musicians, because musicians, they just, most of the time they're not even physically there, they just make music, sell you their CDs, or tell you to go to a particular platform and, you know, stream their, you know. This is where you find entertainers, this is where you find people that which other people that create apps, that create, you know, applications for other people to use, people that create, you know, people that actually gives you their services, counselors, therapists, you know, because now they do it basically like online. Now, people that create different things, you know, meditation music, you know, meditation quotes, you know, YouTubers, content creators, influencers, you know, these are people that are actually putting in mental work, and these are the people that get to charge more for their services, because they are not there physically. And once you're able to start, you know, creating things from like imaginary states, you alone can put a word on it, and people are going to fall. Let me not say fall, invest. You're practically bringing your idea to life. People are going to buy into your idea. As far as you're able to convince yourself that we need it, we are going to buy into it, and we're going to invest whatever you tell us to invest in it. And in this particular state, or in this particular type of work, anybody can make money to afford more than their needs. Anybody can make money to afford whatever it is that they want to afford, depending on what they want in life. They can be able to make such money, because what they are doing is mental. When it comes to the mental state, when it comes to putting price on a mental work, It is only the developer of the idea that can put a price on it. Physical work, the person you're working for physically can tell you, this is what I want to pay, this is what I have to pay. And if you don't agree, the next person can do the same thing and they'll pay them even lesser. But when it comes to mental work, okay, you alone can actually bring out the process. Like, you alone can actually create it, because it is your idea, it is your creation. You alone is going into your imaginary state to create something that nobody knows about. It can still be something like just a talk show. The fact that you're the one saying it because you know how to talk to people, you know how to pass a particular message, you know how to reach people, to get them emotionally invested in whatever you're saying, because you have the ability to do that, you become like priceless. People will invest whatever you tell them to invest in you. So yeah, I want you to be able to understand that there is nobody that works physically. I'm not joking. See, make your research. There is nobody that puts in physical effort that is able to make money for more than their needs. If there's anybody that has been able to make more money for more than their needs, like more money for other things other than survivor, they would be less than 10%. 90 other percent are just slaves, because they only know physical work and they're only able to create income through physical work. And with the way this reality works, they don't really appreciate physical work, because physical work is the lowest state of awareness, is the lowest state to make money from. And anybody can price you, anybody can pay you whatever they want to pay you to do a certain work for them, and you're just going to accept it. But mental work, if you want to make money, make enough money to be able to enjoy this experience, and you don't want to do something that is going to take away your peace of mind, you don't want to do anything that is going to take away your physical strength, something that's going to drain you, something that's going to make you, instead of focusing on taking care of yourself and then making that particular money, you are always exhausted, you're always falling sick because you're putting in physical strength. Physical strength takes time, it takes energy, it takes a lot. Mental work doesn't take any of this thing. Mental work, if you're somebody that know how to plan yourself, mental work doesn't take much, it doesn't take time, because you're doing it mentally. Whenever you're free, you can just think about a certain idea, jot it down, until you're able to now start creating that idea, bringing it to life. You can be doing your mental work on the slow, because it is your creation, it is your imagination. Some people can actually think of a particular idea and in less than no time they're able to bring it to life. Some, it takes them time, but then it does not consume a lot of energy like physical work. Physical work will take your time. Physical work will take your time. Now it will take your time and it will take your energy. Like I said, from observation, I have not seen anybody that puts in physical work, because I grew up in an environment where 90 to 95% of people around me were putting in their physical work. They were putting in physical work because, again, level of awareness, they did not know more, they did not know better. Okay, and they were putting in physical work until today that I'm talking to you. You can go back to that particular environment, because I'm no longer there, and they are still there in that particular state. Their state has never changed, or have never moved, or have never done, and they are still in that particular. You see that particular state that I left them, they are still there. I came into this reality, I met them in that state, and they are still there because they know only physical work. They know how to put in physical work, and they have been putting in only physical work, and this has taken their time, they're taking their energy. A lot of them are not even after 20 years, 30 years, you see them start falling sick, start doing having sicknesses general, but then they are just not fit, they are not happy, they are not, because they are drained, they are physically drained. Someone else that is doing the mental work is taking their energy. Now, something I notice is that the people that are sitting on the top of the ladder, they don't put in physical work. They are the brains, they did the mental work, and once they were able to create their idea and create whatever it is that they are creating, then they find people that are going to be doing the physical work, which is the lowest state of their awareness. And this is what has been happening for years, thousands of years, or from the beginning of the creation of paper money. This is what has been happening. As soon as we stop exchanging goods and services as money, as soon as we stop exchanging our services for money, and they introduced payments through either cowries or paper money, that is when this particular slavery started. So So if you're doing physical work, you're actually at the lowest bottom of the chain. You're at the lowest food chain, because physical labor is the lowest form of awareness, and you just have to raise your awareness or get yourself to the point where you are able to expand your mind to realize that to make money, to truly make money, to truly become wealthy, to truly become rich, you need to do mental work. Okay, and it doesn't matter how long you take in investing in yourself, learning more about life, learning about even yourself, learning about the world that you live in, learning about how humans operate, how we operate, not just humans, how everything in this world operates. You don't have to have the full sense of everything in general, just your immediate environment, how it operates. Just find out the basic thing that you need to find out, and invest more time in learning, because the more you learn, the more you become aware of other things, and the more you are aware of other things, the more possibilities you get to see, because expansion is where the innovation starts from. As soon as you are unlimiting yourself from physical abilities and physical strength, because that's not the only thing you possess, you also possess mental ability and mental strength. Yes, we all do. As soon as you're able to liberate yourself from the physical aspect of life and take yourself to the mental aspect where you are always learning, open up yourself to the universe to teach you, just become a student. As soon as you start doing that, you're going to get to the state where, of course, definitely expansion will start happening. And that is when you become innovative. But that is when the mind work will start. That is when you can be able to create from your place of imagination and then put a price on it. Whatever you want, it's you. Put a price. And people are going to definitely invest. As far as you're confident with whatever you're creating, people are going to invest. I don't want to start talking about the funniest things that people have bought for a ridiculous amount of money. I don't want to talk about the things that people are buying, like every year, different trends, and people are buying it. And the people investing or inventing these things knows that you don't need it. They know that next year you need something else. That is the mind work. That is the mind working. So invest more in yourself, invest more in your mind. What's your mind know, what you are aware of. Invest more in that if you want to truly make money, not just for survival. Okay? And I just wanted to share that part of my I just wanted to share that part of my understanding. I just wanted to share that part of my observation. So this is just going to be like a continuation to the other video, which is the your level of awareness is creating your reality. This one, your level of awareness is creating your money, your work, your I don't know what I'm going to title it as, but you get the point. Anyways, thank you for watching. See you in my next video.